yoga meditation. As it is for the most part conceded by yoga experts and yoga coaches, yoga meetings are, particularly about self-balance, serenity, and contemplation. By rehearsing reflection we would all be able to arrive at the superb condition of learning the reason for our reality and amplifying our will to arrive at it. Studies have demonstrated that contemplation profoundly adds to both physical and mental prosperity, which is the reason yoga schedules think about the act of reflection as one of its primary standards. Decreasing actual agony, stress, and circulatory strain, reflection advances a perspective by which we can accomplish self-mending. Because of all these uncontestable advantages that this training includes, there is an extraordinary assortment of data accessible in various configurations with respect to the most effective reflection methods, stances, courses, items, and gatherings. Religion and brain science advance contemplation also, as a method of evaluating our activities and looking for personal developments. As numerous hypotheses and old accepts illustrate, our current life is dictated by our past activities, which is the reason it is fundamental to dissect and ponder the things we do, to discover methods of developing ourselves and along these lines, making a more promising time to come. Reflection is certainly one of the primary standards of yoga, as it has been checked that it is a reliable instrument to use for accomplishing mental lucidity and well-being. Something vital to know is the way that there are different kinds of contemplation works out, intended for cutting-edge or novice yoga understudies. In this way, you need to deliberately examine all subtleties and data given on all of these strategies and activities, with the goal that you get the greatest outcomes from your reflection schedules. Regardless of the way that numerous individuals accept that much the same as breathing, contemplation is something that works out easily and can't be instructed. There are a couple of parts of this interaction, which can expand your effectiveness and your outcomes in a matter of seconds. One of the viewpoints you need to remember is the time when you complete your yoga contemplation. Henceforth, it would be awesome in the event that you could do it either toward the beginning of the day or late at night, as during those specific snapshots of the day, the is accused of a significant degree of otherworldly energy. Here is some counsel with respect to contemplation. Before beginning the contemplation meeting, free your brain, everything being equal. Try to find a peaceful spot, where you are not liable to be upset. It is prescribed to pick a similar snapshot of the day, just as a similar spot, for your contemplation schedule. Focus on contemplation. Don't allow your brain to lose all sense of direction in different musings. Try to follow an example when relaxing. Your head, back, and neck must be set in an ideal straight line. Recollect that it is vital both play out the contemplation meeting and to notice the outcomes, to draw near to encountering the incomparable synchronization between the body and the soul. Yoga exercises, healthy lifeline. No discussion can emerge from yoga exercises or is faulty on exactly how amazing yoga can be. Yoga has demonstrated to give gainful prizes to a large number of individuals in assisting them with keeping fit as a fiddle while simultaneously helping them to lead a sound way of life. Your well-being and yoga are a match made in paradise. Yoga exercises and individuals who practice standard schedules are thinking that it's simpler to adapt a weight on top of facilitating body of throbbing painfulness. Circumstances are different significantly from the times of yesterday. In the days past by, life was a battle for families, yet by one way or another they adapted to the sicknesses that tormented and threatened their prosperity. In those days you have never seen a jogger on a treadmill or on second thought any type of activity like yoga. The solitary thing that the advanced world shares for all intents and purposes from the times of the infamous Jack the Ripper is the plague. Residents today are tormented by pressure, welcomed on by pressure from work responsibilities to running the home and substantially more. For what reason do we set up with the torture of adapting like individuals of yesterday who were much less blessed than ourselves, where their choices to help decrease any well-being chances were? Nada? Indeed, changes have drastically modified, yet to our greatest advantage, where well-being matters is a significant concern. Yoga exercises do return to antiquated occasions, yet for what reason did such countless forlorn imps pass on from cholera and so on while attempting to pick a pocket or two? The response to that is there was no mindfulness program directed on the most proficient method to remain sound and fit. Could this be the motivation behind why such countless kids have been acquainted with yoga exercises by their folks in the 21st century? Yoga practices for youngsters start with straightforward and simple moves, Yoga moves and stances for youngsters are ordinarily named after creatures to make it more fun, just as intriguing. For instance, the butterfly present is extremely mainstream among the kids. This activity incorporates where the kid will sit with their knees twisted, inclining down towards the floor and the bottoms of the feet. Somewhat contacting. Guardians are getting more associated with well-being support systems and keeping their kids fit and sound. By enrolling your youngsters to join nearby yoga classes, you have recently tossed them a lifesaver where they will become familiar with body mindfulness. One of the principal explanations behind acquainting a kid with the universe of yoga is corpulence. A few youngsters take to yoga practices like a duck to water and get rapidly on the agreement concerning why they are performing such activities. Be that as it may, at that point you have the individuals who battle to grapple with their activity and have no clue about what prizes can be acquired. The main thing is, as long as the youngsters are having a ball, then that is one compensating bring about itself. Further down the road, when the kid is fit and solid, it is then that you will discover the kid's view of the entire yoga experience will respond to their inquiry with respect to why mommy and daddy did what they did, and that was to send them to rehearse yoga works out.